Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records and talking about the newly announced New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, an annual festival at the end of April. Last weekend in April, first weekend of May every year. And what a lineup we have. Again, this year, it's mostly a jazz festival, but there's lots of pop and rock, blues artists. So we're going to go through the people that I've heard of. There's so many acts, so many different stages, so many clubs, so many places all around the fairgrounds there in New Orleans. So it's 2 weekends, the weekend of April 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. Let's talk about those bands here that are headlining, and then we'll go through some of the smaller bands. Chris Stapleton, The Killers, Anderson and Paak, and the Free Nationals, Jon Batiste, Vampire Weekend, Heart, reformed with the Wilson sisters, Widespread Panic, The Revivalists, Fantasia, The Beach Boys, I guess that's Mike Love and Al Jardine, or maybe it's Mike Love and Bruce Johnston and a cast of other characters at this point. Big Freedia, Chem, Juvenile, Preservation Hall Jazz Band, Molly Tuttle and the Golden Highway, the Allman Betts Band, Stephen Marley, Bella Fleck and My Bluegrass Heart, great bluesman Robert Cray Band, the Dirty Dozen Brass Band, Joe Louis Walker, Rebirth Brass Band, Charles Lloyd, great avant-garde saxophone player featuring on piano Gerald Clayton, Larry Grenadier on bass, and the great Marcus Gilmore on drums. That would be cool to see. Charles Lloyd's got to be 85 years old. The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, they just announced their final tour, and they are going to celebrate that at Jazz Fest. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Who else? Ruthie Foster. You know, again, there's so many people on here. Zigaboo Modiste, drummer from the Meters. Amy Helm. I think she's Levon Helm's daughter. Zydeco Twisters. Nicholas Payton, the great trumpet player from New Orleans. How about the Headhunters? Minus Herbie Hancock, featuring Bill Summers, Donald Harrison Jr., and Mike Clark on drums. Tribute to Russell Batiste, featuring the Batiste brothers. You know, again, there's tons and tons of people I've never heard of that I'm not even announcing. Chubby Carrier and the Bayou Swamp Band. Anyway, you get it. That's the first weekend. So again, Stapleton, Killers, Batiste, Heart, Widespread Panic, Big, the Beach Boys. Listen to the weekend too. The second weekend, May 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the Rolling Stones, Foo Fighters, Neil Young and Crazy Horse. So unclear of whether Nils Lofgren will be on guitar or if it will be Willie Nelson's son on guitar. Unclear on that. Because he's normally with Springsteen. If Springsteen's not touring, I'm assuming Nils Lofgren will be there, who did some work with Neil Young in the mid-'70s. Hozier, Queen Latifah, Greta Van Fleet, Trombone Shorty, who's incredible, in the Orleans Avenue, Bonnie Raitt. There's going to be a tribute to Jimmy Buffett with the Coral Reefer Band. Earth, Wind and Fire, Irma Thompson, Joe Bonamassa, Steel Pulse. George Thorogood and the Destroyers, the Uptown Rulers with Cyril Neville, Jeffrey Osborne, Galactic, Terrence Blanchard on trumpet, Dumpster Funk, the Radiators, Allison Russell, the Wallflowers, Catfish Ingram, Samantha Fish, the Tower of Power, Anders Osborne, Marcia Ball, Sonny Landreth, the great guitar player, George Porter Jr. and the Running Partners, of course, the bass player of the Meters, Kermit Ruffins and the BBQ Swingers, Tab Benoit, John Cleary and the Absolute Monster Gentlemen. I mean, just incredible. Leo Nocentelli, the lead guitar player of The Meters, Cowboy Mouth, The Legacy of Wayne Shorter Band, featuring Delano Perez on piano, John Petitucci on bass, Brian Blade on drums, and sitting in for the deceased Wayne Shorter is Chris Potter, one of my favorite saxophone players. New Breed Brass Band featuring Trombone Shorty, Kermit Ruffins, tribute to Louis Armstrong, excuse me. Just another cast of characters. Sounds like a great weekend. It's always fun to go down to the Jazz Fest in New Orleans. Check it out. I'm sure there'll be some more announcements to be made. Check out the channel. Peace out. See you.